What's up, guys? It's Primetime. Poulton with me. Better late than never, McMahon. Mike, man, it's good to see you.
I'm alive! I made it.
Mike is a master builder. He was telling me all the things he assembled the past few days. Mike, why don't you read off the list?
Giant L-shaped desk with a hutch for my wife. Built a bed today. Gosh, I think that was it. That's enough.
We have a special guest joining us today. We got Commie Mark to talk about his book, Not Daredevil. But first, we're just going to remind the people out there, the USAssassin 3 mailing list is still up. Make sure you sign up. We were the top trending coming soon book for 2 weeks in a row. Then Kenneth Rockefort had to announce his book. But still make sure you sign up. We're going to play the trailer real quick, and then we're going to bring Commie Mark in to talk Not Daredevil.
But think about that, Mark. It took Kenneth Rockefort to knock us out.
Yeah, man. People are loving USAssassin.
That's right.
I'm the mercenary, Flip Gordon. And I'm joining the USAssassin's team.
Yeah, this is USAssassin. Take out the action, ready to make it happen. Yeah, this is the elite government task force. Whole team is official. What more could you ask for? Yeah, this is USAssassin. You don't want drama. If they pull up, they blasting. Monsters of the graveyard shift. You ain't never seen a squad quite like this. We got Bazooka Dog, and he don't cut no slack. A dog with a giant bazooka on his back. Slither is a reptilian, alien. 3 snakes for a tongue. You don't want to mess with him. Sensei Steel, who is so mysterious, martial artist and trainer. With the ace, Zero Face is a bad guy turned good. The mercenary is a beast, get it understood. Takeout is a fast shooter, fast draw. Kirby is the Lone Ranger, but she hits hard. Lieutenant Drake, second in command. Yes, indeed. Who's the brains of the team? A super ninja at the lead. Yeah, hey, this is USAssassin. Yeah, this is USAssassin. Let's go.
I love that.
Yeah, nope. I never get tired of watching it, man. All right, so that is USAssassin 3. Make sure you sign up for the mailing list. Let's bring on our guest. Let's welcome Commie Mark to the Assassins Guild.
Greetings, comrades.
Thanks for joining us, man.
It's my pleasure.
So we're going to talk Not Daredevil, which I think is a brilliant concept and hilarious. Just reading through the pages on the Indiegogo page. But first, I'd like to learn a little about you, Mark. Have you always been a comic book fan?
I used to like comic books a lot when I was a teenager. Then I got a girlfriend, and somehow I stopped collecting them for a while, and then one day I just saw a long box for sale for £80, $100 or something. I was like, I'll have that. And then, I've been back in since. That long box as well contained a Cyberfrog #1 that I didn't even know was in there.
Oh, wow.
And I'd sorted all of my books out, how you do. And I had all the Marvel ones together, all the DC ones together. There were some free comic book day ones. Then, and then towards the end was the junk category in it, stuff that I just didn't know what it was, from different publishers or whatever, and it was in there. And then when I went back, after coming to CG, I was like, oh my god, I would have sold that for £1 if someone asked me. Crazy.
Hail Dario, thanks for joining us today.
Hello.
What's up, Dario?
So what were some of your favorite titles when you first started collecting?
The Avengers. The Avengers was always my favorite, because it gave me all the characters that I wanted. That was my favorite thing about comic books, the shared universe in it, and the way that stuff overlapped, the Easter eggs that made you think, man, I am clever, aren't I, reading this? That's what I really liked. But particularly the Avengers, yeah. I really like the Thunderbolts as well. That tells you
Yeah.
how old I am. Like that was when I was a teenager.
Yeah, me too. That was awesome.
No, that was a great time for comics.
Yeah.
Those Avengers were some of my favorite stories, and yeah, I was a big Thunderbolts fan too. When did you decide to take a dabble and start creating comics?
So I made comics like at school, and it like joke comics of me and my friends, like solving crimes using some rude sort of methods or whatever. And it's always been something that I just did for fun. Then one day I made Best Career, the Kim Il Sung book, and I thought, you know what, like I could do this. Like that wasn't as hard like as I thought it was going to be. Like it's a decent book. Like so I thought I'm going to have a shot at this. So here I am having a shot.
Yeah, all you need is one shot, man, and I mean that's how it goes for most of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'd watched this interview with Justin Roiland, like he's the co-creator of Rick and Morty, and it said like he'd been trying to break into animation for years or whatever, and then one day realized they had just been waiting for permission to make something, like a network to come along and say, okay, make your cartoon, instead of just making it.
Yeah.
And then I got that into that mindset, and now I'm just making stuff left, right, and center.
Yeah, no, I've been in the industry for about 15 years, and so many people I saw like they were trying to like find someone to give them the keys to making comics, and you just got to start making them yourself. That's how I got my start. Mike was making comics in the 90s. That's how he got his start. And yeah, you're doing it too. So yeah, that's awesome. Now with Not Daredevil, it's such a unique concept. When did you come up with the idea for this?
So like I made Best Career first, and if you don't know, I'll show you. Best Career is like a fumetti comic. Like I've taken photos like and captioned them into a new story where North Korea win the Korean War. And in doing that, I had to get all these photos and arrange them into an order that made like some kind of sense. And lots of the times, I'd be like, I wish there was a picture of Kim Il Sung punching someone in the face, or like you want some action in there, and it's got action. It's like an espionage action, like it's not the same. And I thought it would be so much better if I could just grab images from public domain characters and try and piece them together into a new thing. And then I went to the source material and found how great it was anyway. I don't even have to do any rearranging. Like it's just a case of like re-lettering it.
So what was the response like to your first book?
So this Best Career, like I sold for $5,000. That's how I explain it to people outside. Like I don't say, I sold like 200 copies. I say I sold it for $5,000, like because it sounds better. That one went quite well. I actually came into Comicsgate with a version of Not Daredevil, which I gave 1,000 free copies away in it to anyone who would take one, and that went down quite well. Like that got me my foot in the door in it, and I haven't stopped like trying to get further into the building. Like I'm by the stairs now, like I can almost get up to like the next level.
Yeah. No, that's what you got to do. You got to hustle. When Mike and I were doing USAssassin, we gave away 2,000 copies along with Graveyard Shift. So yeah, I respect the hustle. We got a question from, oh man, I don't even know how to pronounce
HG.
Yeah. So USAssassin 3 is launching in the spring, probably late May, I would say. Mike, does that sound about right to you?
Yeah. I'm still chugging away at it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say as well, I hadn't seen that trailer until you played it at the start of the show. That's the best trailer I've seen, like on Indiegogo. Like I'm not even like blowing smoke up your ass. I'm jealous.
Thanks.
Like when it did all like the glitchy stuff at the start, I was thinking, that's nice. Like it ties in with the meta, like which
Yeah.
I'm all about. And then into the rap song that explains who everyone is and everything. Gold.
Thank you.
That's all Mark, man. That all came from his brain.
I mean, it was my idea, but Ted Zagaro put it together for us, and he's the man. I showed him some GI Joe intros, and I was like, steal a little from this, steal a little from that, and the rap song I wanted to be just like your typical Saturday morning cartoon theme song, where you get the intro of all the characters. So thank you, I appreciate it, man. I'm so proud of that trailer.
Yeah,
it's great. I'm genuinely jealous.
So, do you want to talk not Daredevil now? I can go over the page. You have a trailer as well, if you'd like us to play it.
If you want.
Sure.
It's so dumb. Like it was only supposed to be the first like 20 seconds of the trailer, and then I thought, you know what, that'll do.
That'll do.
All right.
Not Daredevil, but everything you want from a comic book. Like drawing, colors, action, the environment. It's about
so dumb.
I love it. I think it fits the book perfectly.
Well, every single thing on the campaign is like a joke or a dig, like at someone in it. And, that is a word-for-word recreation of Keanu Reeves' pitch for the Berserker book that made $1.5 million.
That's
so
awesome.
I thought I'd give it a go. It's so bland. He says it's got great drawings. He doesn't even say like it's got great art. It's so bland. It's about something.
Oh, you got Eddie Winkler's backer number 70.
Thank you, comrade. You're part of the revolution now.
Mark is a genius. I'm sure he's referring to you, but I'll take it as well.
I see that happens all the time on Twitter. I scroll past and I'll see something about you or about Mark Middleton, and I'll just drop a like anyway, just because I pretend you're talking about me being
Oh no, yeah, I remember. I saw that Von Klaus that he thanked me in his book, and you got a little sad because you thought it was you. So let's go through this campaign. Some of the tiers are hilarious when I saw just the titles and what you get. But I mean, I guess first, why don't you tell everyone what Not Daredevil is about?
All right, so what Not Daredevil is like a satire in it, and I've taken a pre-existing story and relettered it to do a mockery of the original, while also like mocking current comic books at the same time. It's quite a difficult thing to do, like inside the lines, because like I was saying, it's all on rails, like the story's going somewhere, like, so I can't take it off on weird tangents. That's what all of the books are. Then it's like a series of books in it. The first one, the main one on this campaign, is Not Daredevil versus the Ku Klux Klan, where he fights the Ku Klux Klan. There's so many like layers to this in it, like to understand. This first thing, like the first section of the campaign talks about the original, like the creator of the original Daredevil, that's now in the public domain. And the company used to be the biggest selling comic book company in America, in it, that would sell, like, be read by 6 million people. Like, that's a bit of a fake marketing thing from them, because they said like, well, that person passed it to his dad, whatever. It was a huge company in it, and it got cancel cultured by the right when it was McCarthyism was all in vogue and all of that stuff. Like what's happening now but the opposite way around. Anyway.
Right.
Sometimes when people ask like, "Why am I on this team?" This is why. Like, cancel culture can come for anyone, and it doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on. So it's got all that baked into it as well. Like, there's a lot to understand, but when you read it, you will understand, and you'll say, "This is great."
Yeah, I feel like anyone who wants to figure out what the book is about, just look at some of the interior pages and read read the text, read the word balloons. It's hilarious. It's you can definitely tell it's satire. It's I was laughing this morning as I was reading over it.
Yeah, it's very funny. Like, there's two books in here. There's the Ku Klux Klan and the Origin one. The Origin one is the one that I gave away for free, like the 1,000 copies of. And we've gone back and remastered it because I lettered it in paint and stuff. Like, because it was just me doing it by myself. And reading over it is so funny. Like, I'd forgotten how funny I am. Like, at writing, like it was
So let's go through some of the tiers. Now, your featured tier is the Not Daredevil Fumble Bundle. What's in that?
So that's just basically everything in it. Like, people who back that tier, all the things that I've got for the campaign, when I post everything out, you'll get one of them in it, one of everything. I've listed a whole bunch of things that I know for sure will be in there, but there'll be other things because I like just making new things in it. Like, and as long as it's cost effective for me to add more things to the campaign, like I will.
Right. And how many pages is the book?
So they're 30 pages each, 30 plus pages each. But as the campaign grows, I'm going to add in more characters from the universe. So people like the Silver Streak and Captain Battle and other like great Golden Age characters. So that'll swell like the size of each book in it. When it gets to $5,000, which is what I made on Best Career, then I'm gonna start adding more ones into the back of it, and I'll do like a whole poll thing, like drum up as much eyes onto it as possible in it.
So the next tier is Throw a Shrimp on the Barbie.
Yeah, that's very simple. Like, you just financially contributing to the revolution, and you don't get anything other than like a nice warm feeling in your heart.
The Not Daredevil Origins.
Yeah. So
I love the use of the Spider-Man meme.
I know, right? I can't believe that I haven't got in trouble for it yet. I can't believe I haven't got in trouble for any of this yet. I think that the bait is too neatly laid out. Like, that it's very obviously a trap that no one's going to walk into and get to run away with all the money. So, yeah, go on.
This is the first book that you gave away?
Yeah, so it'll now be in physical version in it. I'm calling it issue 0, but I don't really plan on the books having a numbering system because there's not real like continuity. Like, and you'll be, they'll all be like Not Daredevil versus the Ku Klux Klan, Not Daredevil in London, or not. Like they'll all have their own separate titles anyway.
Next up, we have Not Daredevil number 0 Origins Aussie variant.
Yeah, so that's only available to. Yeah, it's only available to Australians. It's just the book upside down. Like, on Best Career, I did like a manga version, so it was smaller and it was just flipped backwards. Like, I put even the letters backwards and everything, like as the joke.
That's genius.
And so I thought, it would have been even smarter to do an Australian variant where I could just put it in the bag upside down, and it costs $1 more. It costs $1 more for me to do that.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's hilarious.
All right, now we get to Not Daredevil versus the KKK.
Yeah. So that's the main cover, the one that you can see on the left. This
one right here.
Painted James Milne cover. Yeah. which is really beautiful. I think it was only ready like an hour before we launched because when I had I launched a book on January the 1st, and so I could claim highest grossing book of 2021, like in my market.
Yeah, no, I noticed that. I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah, and I assumed that somebody was going to do it on the East Coast. I thought I'd hold on to the record for 5 hours, which
Right.
is the time difference between here and there. But 3 days, I held on to it. So
Nice.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
right,
so that's what I was saying. I had to rush everything, and it was like we're moving the date, like we're doing it on the 1st, so it was only ready an hour before the pressing the live button.
Next up, Not Daredevil versus KKK variant.
Yeah, so that's the Eric Larson variant. So Eric Larson did a version.
Is that further down? Yeah, here it is.
There's the Eric Larson section. Eric Larson did a version of the Golden Age Daredevil in the Savage Dragon universe. And this is an homage to an issue of that Savage Dragon 161, which is essentially the Savage Dragon versus Daredevil. So I've put the Scarlet Skull on there. He's the leader of the Ku Klux Klan, like in the story, and is an original Golden Age character that predates the Red Skull by 2 months, and is one of many examples of Marvel copying out of this public domain series, which I'll go into in the book, and it's all part of the meta about cancel culture and stealing and public domain and stuff.
Next up, we have the lesbian vampire variant cover.
Yeah, this is my favorite. This is so that's because Dynamite have a version of the same character in it. They called theirs the Death-Defying Devil, and they sold 9,000 copies of the Death-Defying Devil Volume 2, Number 1 by Gail Simone. But it's because they had 4 variant covers. And when you sell to shops, they're non-refundable. And we know that most of them end up in the dollar bin or whatever, 6 months later. So I made a Dynamite style variant. They were all the rage last year for people to have Vampirella variant covers. I thought everyone was going to get one. That's gone now. So that's the last Comicscape Vampirella cover you're going to see. But it's not Vampirella. It's a sexy lesbian vampire.
Yeah. Okay, the Not Daredevil digital double. I assume both the origin and the regular in digital form.
That's correct. So that's for people who missed out on the original 1,000 copies that I gave away. And everyone who signed up to the mailing list is going to get a PDF of Origins for free, regardless of whether they buy anything or not. Because I truly believe in digital in it. There's people say don't do digital ones because of piracy, but I know for a fact that piracy sells books, because any book that I buy secondhand on eBay I've already read pirated in it. That's how I know that I want it. That's why it's in my collection. I know that it converts. It might not help me on this campaign. It might help me sell Not Daredevil number 3. It might help me sell a Krishna Kid or another thing that's coming in the future in it. So I don't mind. I'm a champion of it. But I've only sold one of them. So there isn't much demand.
The Not Daredevil versus KKK triple, all 3 covers.
Correct, yeah, very simple. These ones are the quadruple pack. That's the same as that, but with Origins included as well.
Mm-hmm. And then you have the drawn into Not Daredevil versus the Klan.
Yeah. So this is an idea that I had on Best Career. Remember I showed you it's made out of photographs. I just wanted to Photoshop someone in. But it would have looked weird. But it works in this book, so I'm gonna do it in this one. When I did those not chromium covers, you saw the not chromium covers was an idea for this campaign as well in it, but I couldn't not do it because it was such a funny idea.
I just love the
Like-
dialogue. You've got a face like a bloody smashed crab, mate. Jeez.
That's apparently an Australian phrase. I did loads of research, like trying to find things that he could say. Apparently, that's a phrase.
Oh, jeez.
Next up is the James Milne Mega Pack.
Yeah, so James Milne is the guy who did the painted cover. He's got this book, Doomsday Kingdom. Like he's a CGUK person. I'm trying to drag him into the scene with me. Like so, for this one, this tier, you get his cover. You get a print that's his as well. This hand painted face of not Daredevil, and he'll do like a sketch for every backer in it. So you'll get you know, a unique hand drawn sketch with that as well. That's for people who are big fans of him. That's the thing I was thinking about doing more of, in it, like artist specific tiers, because some people like you know, they want to support their buddy or whatever. Like there's a thing. It's an idea.
Next up, not the Sean Gordon Murphy tier.
Yeah, so Sean Gordon Murphy charged between $300 and $500 for a 15-minute Skype conversation on his campaign for the plot holes. And well, I mean, he's really boring, and I'm far more interesting to talk to and cheaper. So if you want to hang out with me for an hour, it's only like £100. Or you can just say, do you want to come on my show? And I'll come on for free. So those are your options.
Not Daredevil Boomerang.
Yeah, that's a boomerang made by the artist who did the sexy lesbian vampire cover. It's like this is so hard for me to explain. It's hand colored. It's not painted because he didn't use paint. It's not like a handmade boomerang. You know, he started with a wooden boomerang. Like he didn't like make it with tools or whatever. It's just colored in, but it looks really nice. It's really cool, and there's only one of them in existence. So we thought we'd chuck it on the campaign anyway, if anyone wants
Yeah,
it.
it looks great.
Yeah, there is a video like at the bottom of the campaign that you can watch of it being made. I don't recommend we watch it on the show. It's probably 9 minutes long or whatever. But it's
Next up, the Not Daredevil versus the KKK cover painting.
yeah, that's the painting in it, like the original one. It's a real painting. Like I watched it come together layer by layer, which was scary. But yeah, we put that on the campaign. If that sells, you know, that goes to the artist. Like, so someone should buy that. He's just quit his like real life job to go pro in it because his book Doomsday Kingdom's quite a success.
Nice.
So I'm trying to help him out as much as he's helped me out, like in getting this made.
Next up, the Not Mags Visaggio sci-fi tier.
Yeah, so this is like for the TV rights. You can buy this and you can do a 1 season, a 10 episode season, but it has to fail. But I'll offer like no creative input. Like it's just yours. Like you take it and do whatever you want with it. I don't expect it to sell. I just put it there because £25,000 is like the number that I would need to throw away my real job at Mega Evil Corporation on it. You know, if someone gave me that, then that would pay for my year. And I could go pro and make the leap from there. I'm hoping there's like some wealthy Uzbekistani millionaire who's got like gas fields or something who just wants to like throw me a bone.
Yeah,
You never know.
fingers crossed. I hope it works out for you.
Just to appeal to the Frog Emperor.
And finally, Not Red Rooster tier.
Yeah. So this one is for the Walmart distribution rights, which I will sell for just £200,000. So if you buy this, I'll send you the master PDF file or whatever, and it's yours, like to reproduce however often for whoever you like. And if it sells, I'm going to refund all the backers and just send them books anyway out of the £200,000 because I'll be able to afford to fulfill those 58 people or whatever number we're on now. But they won't get their books until it's in Walmart or some major
Right.
distributor. Like, I'll make sure I hang on to them until after that point.
Now I saw some 3D glasses. Are there any, or X-ray glasses? Are there any tiers with the X-ray glasses?
They're an add-on that you can add on with almost every purchase, and you get one in the one of everything package, like
That's awesome.
which was at the top. This is because I noticed the trend for people to put toys in, and this book is like fake golden age, once more golden age than this, and my books all have fake adverts in and columns and stuff. Like I'm real dedicated to selling you like a whole idea inside the book, and so one of the adverts is going to be for these X-ray specs that take you back to the campaign, and I even considered doing like a socialist utopia sea monkeys tier, like where you could buy some sea monkeys as well. That dude's fucking rich. Like, sorry, pardon my language. If
That's okay.
I probably already said it. I didn't even. Whatever. That guy is super rich. Like, so I could corner the X-ray market, the X-ray specs market on Indiegogo.
Yeah. No, this I have to say, this is the most fun I've ever had going over someone's Indiegogo campaign.
Yeah, this is hilarious. I love it.
Yeah. I put as much effort into writing the campaigns as to making the books in it, because this is my one shot to show you how funny I am, and by extension, the book must be this funny as well, ain't it? Like, so if you went to a campaign for a comedy book and it was real dry and boring, you ain't gonna think the book's gonna be great, are you? So, kind of have to do it.
Yeah, this panel right here is the one that cracked me up this morning, where the one kid says, "If you can't trust 4 half-naked boys in a bed, who can you trust?"
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. So there's lots of lines like that where it's just so when you take all the captions out, you look at some of the pictures and you're like, what the hell is going on here? Like, and the immediate question on that panel is, why are all these boys naked in a bed? Like, so that it just feeds into
gosh.
it. Like, it's a lot of fun to write these, not Daredevils. Like, it's entertaining just to make.
Yeah. So you have some stretch goals. Stretch goal number 1 is the 6 a.m. Comic sticker.
That's correct. And we've already passed this stretch goal, so everyone's going to get one of these 6 a.m. stickers and a free print with the campaign as well. Like, so the first one is achieved. Well done, Go Team. We did it in a week-ish. And Best Career took like 6 weeks to get to how much this one's on. So, it's working. We're going forward. The free print is this one, the left, on the bottom left, by Dax Martian. If you scroll down a roll further, like there's a full-size version of it.
Oh man, that's super Kirby. I love it.
Yeah, it's great.
As soon as I put this on the campaign, everyone was like, that's the one that I want. Like, they'll back it, send me a DM saying, make sure that you send me that Dax Martian print. Yeah, that's by the cover artist as well. Like, he really got into this painting style. Because the Dynamite universe, where they had all these public domain superheroes, was orchestrated by Alex Ross. Like, he did a lot of the cover work for those books, so that was something that I wanted to lean into in it, like to try and recreate his style. We missed, but we found Jim's style, like, which is beauty, like, by itself.
Oh yeah,
that's not Daredevil fighting Mary Boys. I don't know if you're familiar with Mary's Boys.
Yeah.
It's, another CG UK project. So you know, a bit of cross promotion there. There's a mailing list currently out for Mary Boy's Beefheads, the sequel, like the next part in the Mary Boy's story. So people should go and sign up to that as well.
Stretch goal $5,000.
Yeah, so we're over halfway to this now, yeah. And this is what I was saying, that we're going to start adding backup stories to the books, like for each stretch goal that we pass beyond this point. Like, it would have been really hard for me to explain if Phil Diaz hadn't kindly laid out the path for months, showing everyone what that means, and it like, you know, we hit this number, we'll add another character. And there is a great plethora of them to choose from. Like, all of this original Golden Age stuff is hilarious or horrific or both in some way. Like, it's all usable. So what I really want to do is get to the point where the books are like 60 pages and then people are like, wow, this is more than the Comics Gate average and cheaper. Like, but it all depends. It's economies of scale, and it like we all know what I'm on about, because we're all in the same boat.
Yeah. Yeah, so I can't say enough good things about this campaign page. It was just awesome going through it with you. When do you expect to have this done and start fulfilling it to backers?
So all of the artwork is already done and it's colored. Just needs re-lettering. Now we've got a bunch of pages done already. If I rushed and you know, if I wasn't playing the circuit, I could probably have it ready before the end of the campaign, you know, to go to printer straight away. But I've put the date as the 1st of July or whatever, because I want to hit those stretch goals and it like and be able to bulk it out. And I don't want to miss out on doing that because I fulfilled too early. Does that make sense? Like, you know, I could make another 2,000 in while it's in demand, and then people would miss out like on an extra 10 or 12 pages or whatever, like as a result. So it's all like it's a balancing act, and we've got to see what sort of numbers it achieves.
So after this, what's next for you? More Not Daredevil or something else?
So I do plan for Not Daredevil to be like a ongoing series, but like I said, with loose continuity, it doesn't matter. Like if you read Not Daredevil 4 and then 7 and
Right.
you know, whatever. I've earmarked like 12-ish books of this that I want to do, but these are my ones for, you know, when people say I do one movie for me, I do one movie for you. Like this is the one that is for the audience. This is what they demanded from me even before I put Best Career out. Best Career was to prove like that I could do this. Like I picked the book that I thought would sell the worst to start with, so I'd only have to like fulfill a small number of people. Like if you know, if it had sold like if it had been a 5-figure book on the first go, like it would have been too much. That would have been a fail. Yeah, like I wouldn't have been able to pull it off. But so I am working on this other project, this Krishna Kid campaign, this Krishna Kid book. Have you seen that by any chance? I'll show you some stuff from it.
Actually, yeah, I think I have. If you have something to share, I'll put it up.
Yeah, let me just get it in a nice place for you. So this book is a book that I looked for to read because I thought this would be cool, like to have a Hindu gods story, but drawn cool. I wanted it to be like almost like a manga anime sort of thing, and like it's coming together nicely. This is the character Krishna, like he's basically Hindu Jesus, you know, like God come to earth to fight demons and stuff. It's gonna be great. It looks beautiful. This is the book that, you know, I'm paying someone to do art this time. Like all my other books have been hacks around doing that. Like neither of the books I had to pay an artist for, because I just wanted to show people, like, look, I can write stuff, somebody draw stuff, together we can be like a great team, because it's real easy for artists to do that. You can just share a picture of your character standing next to Cyberfrog or something, and people will like it and say, that's great, when's the book coming out? You can't do that with like the script for a book, can you?
Yeah.
Like, no one's gonna drop 100 likes on your screenshot of the first page of the script. Like, it doesn't happen. So, you know, you have to be a bit more creative than that.
When do you think you'll launch that one?
So I want to launch it in July. Like, I want it to be my summer book, because I'm legit serious now. You know, I'm here. I'm gonna be a comic book pro. I've got my 5-year plan, my great leap forward, like to making $1 million comic book. And you know, I'm industrializing. Like, I want to get things moving. Like, you know, really crack on with the job of making cool stuff.
Yeah,
Isn't
man.
this a dream job? Isn't it a dream? Like, if you told me at 15 this would be what I was doing for fun, I'd say that sounds great.
No, I say that to myself all the time. Like, I can't believe I get to make comic books and actually make money from it. It's the best feeling in the world.
It's been a long time coming.
Mama.
As my kids are in the background.
So, Mark, before we wrap this up, is there any other thing, last words you have for the backers or the people in the chat?
What I would really like is there's a few people in your chat here who I've never seen before, and I would like to ask you to go and subscribe to my channel, like, because I'm getting real close to the monetization point, like, you know, pushing over that threshold, and at this point every sub counts, like, so please, like, go and have a look, go
And your channel is Commie Mark?
Yeah, Commie Mark, and the E is a 3, like, for search engine reasons. And we do half of all the CG UK shows on my channel. Like, it alternates between my channel and Charlie's London's channel. So make sure you go and subscribe to her as well. Subscribe to all the CG UK people, but there's too many for me to list, like, right here. So just subscribe to me and Charlie's London if you have to, please.
Sounds good. Sean Aaron, I know Sean's out there. If you haven't subscribed to Mark's channel yet, do so. If this you know, show is any indication, Mark's hilarious. So I think you'll have a good time watching his content.
Yeah, some of my videos are really funny. Some of them they're not that funny.
So besides YouTube, Mark, where can people find you on the internet?
So basically, if you type Commie Mark with a 3 instead of an E anywhere, if I've got an account, that's what it will be called. Twitter is the place where I am the most, obviously, at the moment, but you've seen, like, what's happening over there. I don't know. But yeah, just type Commie Mark into your search bar, like, and you'll find me if you spell it like that.
Awesome. Mark,
Nice.
I want to thank you for joining us today. This was a lot of fun. The two of us, we haven't laughed so much in a stream forever.
I don't think ever.
And can you imagine if a year ago someone had said, and then you'll have a communist on, and you'll be like, ha ha ha,
I know.
this guy's hilarious.
Yeah, no, it's like Edwin said, commies and assassins in one stream, talk about the verse.
Oh, have you got any communists in your book? I'd love to see a communist
no,
version
we
of
need
Zero
to make
Phase.
USAssassin though.
Yeah. Hit me up. I'll write that for you.
Yeah. We'll have to do a backup story.
Well, what we should do is, as like a stretch goal for like the final volume, is have a Commie Mark re-script the first volume and do his magic over it.
Yeah. Would love
See
to
what
do
he
that.
does.
That'd be awesome. All right, Mike. Before we go, where can people find you at?
Home, and you're not invited.
Yeah.
I am Mike McMahon 74 on Twitter. I am MP McMahon Art on Instagram. There is a USAssassin fan page on Facebook. And then on YouTube, it should be just Mike McMahon.
And you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Coney Waves. Make sure you subscribe to Primetime Poulton. Hit the notifications. I want to thank everyone in the chat: Eddie Winkler, Edwin the Ace, Sean Aaron, Dario, Pervohe. I believe I pronounced that correctly. Thanks everyone for joining, and we will catch you next time.
See you.
Bye.